Brooklyn Brothers Sports Talk. Forget about it. Oh! Welcome, everybody, to Brooklyn Brothers Sports Talk. We're the Sage Brothers. I'm Rick.
I'm Ed. From the borough to the big leagues.
We're your brothers in sports talk. Okay, everybody, we're going to talk about the divisional games. We have the game that's ended already earlier today. We were watching it. The Texans at the Chiefs.
The final score was Chiefs 23, the Texans 14. It was a close game until the fourth quarter, but special teams kind of took the Texans back. They missed a field goal, they got a field goal blocked, and they missed an extra point. That's 7 points they took off the board right there. And Spags' erratic defense, erratic blitzes were confusing Stroud in the fourth quarter, and that led to 7 sacks throughout the game. They gave him 7 sacks. And now, Pat Mahomes, he's now 7-0 in divisional playoffs. He's 7-0. And great news also is that Andy Reid has now become the 4th head coach with 300 wins, including the playoffs.
All right, let's talk about what the Texans did wrong here. I mean, the Chiefs confused C.J. Stroud. He was incompleting passes. They pressured him. They hurried him. He wasn't able to make it count when they were trying to drive down. They looked like they're doing well. They got a lot of yards. When it came to get into the red zone, they just couldn't get there. Missed field goal, block extra point. They gave away 7 points, But early, he was getting the ball to Nico Collins and the tight end Schultz. Looked like, all right, he's got something going on here. But, like I said before, incomplete passes. He didn't have time. Offensive line didn't give him time. He was hurried. Second half, he was sacked 7 times, I believe. He had 7, right?
Yeah, 7 times. 7 times?
11. I almost said 11, but 7 times. He was actually pressured a lot, sacked 7 times, especially most of them were in the second half. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. They couldn't contain Mahomes inside the pocket. Like I said, in the playoffs, he's always getting out there. He runs out more, scrambles more, and he finds his favorite target, Travis Kelce, who had a monster game. He had 117 yards, 1 TD.
Remember today earlier?
Yeah.
We were talking about the game when we had everybody over watching the playoff game. We were all talking what we thought might be the keys to the game. What did I say? I said Kelce and Mahomes is gonna bring the game, and they're gonna pretty much take over the game. And Kelce had 7 catches, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, we were both saying that because we both picked the Chiefs, and we both said it's going to be that Mahomes always runs and scrambles more in the playoffs, which gets people on their toes. And who's always open? Kelce. Travis is always open. And at one time that he threw a touchdown pass, he was getting sacked. And he had the intelligence and he had the skills where you don't see from many quarterbacks. As he's falling down, he threw it into the end zone to a wide open Kelce. Amazing. Yeah. That was great. Yeah. I mean, Chiefs deserve it. Texans, they were overpowered, overmatched.
At the time of this video, we also have halftime score, the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. The Commanders are up at the half, 31-21.
Yeah, this is a little surprising for me. I thought at least the Lions at home would take care of business, but they were matching them back and forth. I mean, it's only halftime. It's 31-21, still a game. But the thing is, you're at home. You're the Lions. We were talking about this before. I said, watch out for Washington. They're a scary team because this kid Daniels, the quarterback for the Commanders, he is so poised. He looks like a veteran out there. He did great last week, and he's doing it again this week. He feels more comfortable. I think the game last week gave him so much confidence that he's just winging it. He's like, hey, this ain't bothering me. This is nothing. All right, it's like playing in the schoolyard. Let's go.
It's a halftime, but it looks like Goff is the rookie and Daniels is the veteran.
Isn't it amazing?
Goff already threw 2 picks, one for a pick 6.
Yeah, that pick 6. Now, Dan Quinn's defense, I know it well. I'm a Cowboy fan. He was our defensive coordinator. That was pretty much is one of the 2 key or 3 keys of the game for the Commanders is their defense and their coach, defensive minded. So right now, we see what's going on, and they're benefiting from the head coach being a defensive minded coach. So
let's go.
Right now, I'm not surprised.
Let's move on to tomorrow's games. We got 2 big games coming up. We got first in the NFC. You got the Eagles versus the Rams.
Right.
Tomorrow's conditions don't look too good for the Rams. I don't know if you checked the stat out, but they're calling for snow and there should be cold temperatures. And if you look at it, the dome teams that are in the playoffs, their record is 4-23. But here it is: Stratford, I should say, is 1-8 in rain/snow games. So he's going to have a tough time tomorrow. And I think that Eagles' keys here, in my opinion, how they're going to take this game and win. A lot of Barkley, and I don't think they're going to be able to contain Hurts. He'll be able to scramble out if there's any pressure. He'll be able to hit Brown, and I think that that's just going to be the key on the offensive side of things. On defense, I think the Eagles are going to be too much. They're going to pressure Stratford all day, give different looks, different blitzes. Also, maybe come in with some zones and some man coverage to mix it up and stop Cade Williams from running the ball for the Rams. And my prediction is that I think the Eagles, I hate to say this, they're going to blow them out.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. We both talked about this, and Eagles will blow them out. The Rams, they're a warm weather, team. They're from LA. They played in the Dome in Arizona in the last playoff game. So we're not going to see the same team, unfortunately. I mean, I do want the Rams because I hate the Eagles, but let's, leaving personal things aside, as being objective here, the Rams are going to get annihilated. Here's the thing: for the Rams to win, their key to the game, they have to do at least 4 things, I believe. They have to hold Barkley to under 100 yards. That's one task. Okay, maybe it could be done, but it's going to be tough to beat these Eagles. They have to duplicate their defense from last week, getting 9 sacks. I don't think you're going to sack Hurts 9 times. He can run, and he's not going to let himself get sacked. Even if you sack him a few times, you need to go all out and pressure him to make sure he's choking out there and he can't, complete plays. So just keep pressure on him. Don't let him scramble outside. And then, of course, the key for the Rams is to get their running game established with Williams, right? Which will open up the passing game. But the weather, you said it before, the weather, it's going to be 3 to 5 inches. It's going to be snowing for like 12 hours. The conditions are going to be horrible. The Rams can't play in it. You mentioned that, the Lions, what was he, 1-8?
Yeah, well, Stratford's
career is 1-8 in inclement weather like the snow, and
rain.
Also the stat about dome teams. Dome teams are like 3-24 as of today. So their percentage is like under 10%, almost 10%. So
4-23.
Well, it was 3-24, I believe. But anyway, it's some websites say the same, 2 different stats. But regardless, it's horrible. 13%, 12%, 11%, whatever it is, it's not good. So guess what? The Rams are done. They're going to lose their horns. The Rams are going to put hurting on them with Hurts. Barkley, offense is going to run all day. The crowd is loud and proud. And they're going to be so rowdy out there, even in the snow, which is going to make them more angry and more abusive towards the Rams. So I really feel bad for them. But like you said, blowout, Eagles win.
Next game, the AFC game, is the Buffalo Bills versus the Ravens. Here's the keys to the game. For the Ravens side, I'll take the Ravens side of things. They're going to run. I believe they're going to power run the ball with King Henry the 8th over here. They call him King Henry the Great, because that's what he is. He's going to be pounding the ball. As long as the Ravens pound the ball, I believe if they keep running effectively, they'll get to the 4th quarter. The Buffalo defense can be tired out, hitting that monster like a brick all day. And also, let's not forget, Lamar Jackson with his RPOs, that'll come into effect to where it can work a lot with the play action.
He's sick.
If Emery's able to run the ball and keep the ground game pounding, that'll pretty much open things up for Jackson on maybe some play actions as well as RPOs. Hey, I'm predicting one thing. I think that the Buffalo Bills might concentrate too much on King Henry, and what will happen is, they'll key too much on him, and then Jackson will pretty much do an RPO. He'll keep it, and he'll run for a touchdown. That's my thing. But the Ravens versus Buffalo Bills, I'm talking all the positives about the Ravens, but I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah, well, the keys of the game, you mentioned a lot of good points for the Ravens. I mean, they do have King Henry out there, so Lamar Jackson is no joke. Between him and Josh Allen, who knows who's the best quarterback in the league? I still pick Josh Allen, but, Lamar Jackson's no slouch. But the keys for the Buffalo Bills to win the game, it's also going to be cold and snowy there, but Josh Allen has to dominate. He has to be the same quarterback he's been, no mistakes, control the tempo, control the clock. Then the defense, which might be actually an Achilles heel for the Buffalo Bills, because their secondary is ranked 24th in the league. So Lamar Jackson may have a field day passing. He may be comfortable in the pocket. But the front four, the D for the Bills, had to contain King Henry. You limit to him to under 100 yards. As long as you contain him, you're not going to stop him if he gets 80, 90 yards. You just don't want him to get that confidence, because they could use him in the passing game as well. He's got great hands. So the Ravens do have a lot of different looks for the Bills. This could be an upset. My heart is saying take the Bills. So I'm going to go with the Bills, but I just think it's their time. That's what I
tell you. I'm going to make an early prediction also. My team favored as far as going to the Super Bowl and winning it all is the Bills. But we'll get a little ahead of ourselves. But I think the Bills will hold off and against the Ravens, and I think they'll come out on top against the Ravens. But I think that the keys as well with Buffalo is that, hopefully by the fourth quarter, their linebackers and their safeties and their cornerbacks are not pretty much shying away from hitting King Henry come fourth quarter, being it's cold, snow, little wet field from the snow. So I think that as long as they can pretty much contain Henry, contain Jackson, okay? Not stop them, but contain them. And one last thing I'll say about that, keeping Jackson in the pocket. Keeping Jackson in the pocket.
I agree.
And here's one last thing. Buffalo Bills, what they need to do on defense, keep a spy.
Yeah, you know what? But there's like you said, there's too many things to look for. Concentrate on one facet of the game from the defense perspective, and then if the other guy beats you with the passing game, then so be it. They were the better team. But room for the Bills. They're the real New York team out there. Let's pick up an update. We'll go to update with the
we're going to give you an update
Detroit
right
game.
now. All right, so Detroit right now. Oh wow. Okay, the Commanders in the fourth quarter right now, with 12 left in the fourth quarter. It's the Commanders 38, the Lions 28. They're up by 10. And right now, so far,
10 is okay. Who's got the ball now?
Again, remember I was saying a little earlier when we were talking about this matchup. So far, Daniels is 19 for 27 with 257 yards and 2 TDs. Golf, 14 for 22, 1 touchdown and 2 picks. It looks like so far, I'm not saying it's going to hold up, but it looks like Daniels is the veteran, and Golf is playing like a rookie. He's got the 2 picks, we got Gibbs has 13 carries for 103 yards, with 2 touchdowns for the Lions. And on the Commander side, you got Robinson, that is. He has 12 carries, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. So they're pretty much matching each other up. And it looks like the passing leading receivers, as far as on the Commander side, D. Brown, 6 catches, 98 yards. On the Lions, we got St. Brown, 5 catches, 91 yards. And I know let's see here. We got a touchdown by Brian Robinson. That's how they took the lead, 38-28. So doesn't look like looking too good for the Rams. For the Lions, but they do have a high-powered offense. They can score at will. So I wouldn't say this game's over, though. We still got 12 minutes left, guys.
Right, but let's go with you said like in the first half, Goff made a lot of mistakes. 2 picks in the game. You got to clean that up. If you got the running game working, I know it kind of kills the clock, but let's utilize the running game a little bit more. Utilize Gibbs because he's having a great game. Get down the field, pick and choose. Your spots, but go with some type of trick plays, but use the running game to get at least into a score for a touchdown. Then you can worry about going with passing on the next possession. So if Goff doesn't come back and step up his game in the last 12 minutes, guess what? Goff will be playing golf in the offseason. So there you go.
Well, there we go. Just wanted to keep
That's
you
all we
updated.
have, right? You got anything else?
Well, I was just trying to keep everybody updated in case anybody was looking at the stream while the game was going on. And right
Check it out
now,
on Fox. Go to Fox and
Yeah,
watch the rest of the game.
please hit that
All right,
like,
thanks for
subscribe.
viewing our channel then. I guess that's it. We'll keep it up. Just go to Fox, watch the rest of the game. Maybe tomorrow we'll come back if we're able to. Might, snow, storm. Maybe we have nothing to do. We will come back and we'll take care of the other two games and recap this last game that's going on now. Hopefully something changes. Hopefully the Lions and they make a comeback. I mean, I'm rooting for them, but like I said, tomorrow the most important game for me is the Ravens and Bills. We both think the Bills are going to win. It's going to be a very tight game. So I guess we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you the next time on Brooklyn Brothers Sports Talk with the Sage Brothers. We're out.
We're out.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Brooklyn Brothers Sports Talk. Forget about it. Oh!